Hey guys, this is Comic Uno, and today I'm doing a topic video on the rankings of the Star Wars movies. And the person who recommended this was Charlie M. And actually was recommended this today. I wanted to get this up though because obviously Star Wars came out this weekend. We're all pumped. We're all really excited. And I want to talk about this subject. I actually get this question a lot, especially since this year I just commentated on all the movies, got to watch all the movies, really became a fan of Star Wars this year. So I've been getting this question a lot, and I'm glad I can make a video about it. So this obviously is just my personal opinion, the movies I enjoyed more, and in the order that I enjoyed. So obviously there's 7 movies as of right now, and I will be ranking it 7 to 1. And maybe when the 9th movie comes out all those years later, I'll do another list, a revised list. But this is including Force Awakens. So let's start this list. So number 7 is Star Wars: The Phantom Menace. So Episode 1. I did not like this movie at all. I thought little Anakin was very annoying. Jar Jar Binks was very annoying. But honestly, I think what I didn't like is that we had to follow like a 7-year-old, 8-year-old Anakin. I don't think it was necessary at all. I guess the racing was cool in the movie, I'll give you that, but other than that, it makes the other 2 movies really weird too, because you see this little boy and then kind of an older Natalie Portman, and then in the next movie they end up together, so she knew him as a little boy. That is very weird. So, not a fan of Phantom Menace at all. Alright, moving on to number 6 is actually, I feel some people might disagree with me on this, but Star Wars Attack of the Clones. That is Episode 2, and it's kind of weird that it's going in order. But anyways, Star Wars Episode 2, and the reason I kind of picked this last is, of course, I mean, for both movies, Anakin and Natalie Portman's character have horrible chemistry. But I mean, I like the big fight, and I didn't see this in theaters. I saw this as a commentary, but I will say I saw the third one in theaters, so I have a different experience with that. But yeah, this movie, I liked the fighting. I thought it was good, but I just didn't feel as connected to it. So that's my opinion on that. Okay, so next is actually Star Wars Revenge of the Sith, Episode 3. And you might be seeing a trend. Anyways, Star Wars Episode 3. I think I have a little bit more of a connection to this. This was actually the first Star Wars movie I've seen, and I saw it in theaters. And I personally like it because it's like what the movies were all about, which was how Anakin became Darth Vader. And I like the scene where we actually get to see, the final battle, why he wears a mask, and so I like the creation of Darth Vader, and again, I think that's what this whole prequel thing was about, and you didn't really need Star Wars Episode 1 at all. Episode 2 you need, but it's still weird because of Episode 1, but yeah, I was more satisfied with Episode 3. So weirdly enough, number 4 is Star Wars: A New Hope, Episode 4. I swear I did not do this on purpose. These are just the ones I like. But yeah, Star Wars: A New Hope is the origin story, and that's cool. I like that, and obviously it's a lot better than all the prequels, so there's definitely this line where the prequels is just like below 3 stars. None of them are really good, except like Episode 3 is a lot better than the other 2, but still not good. And now we're actually getting to the good movies. But yeah, A New Hope I enjoyed because we get to see the origin story, we get to see why we care about these characters, but it's been a bit on the slower side, I felt. You're just learning about this world, and that's kind of the point of it. So that is why A New Hope is number 4. Number 3 is Star Wars: The Empire Strikes Back, which I know a lot of people kind of go back to. Do they like Return of the Jedi better? Do they like Empire Strikes Back? I know a lot of people like Empire Strikes Back better, but obviously, I love that classic scene of Darth Vader and Luke, and you see the final battle, and you see Luke get his hand cut off. But I knew that scene, so I think for people that saw it in theaters, they're gonna love this movie more because they didn't know that spoiler. And obviously, if you know anything about pop culture, you know that spoiler, so you don't have as much of an effect when you watch it, but you're still like, oh my god, this is so classic. So yeah, I do like Return of the Jedi better because, you know, I'll get into it. But I do like that classic moment. But I do think other people who've seen it in theaters might have it a bit higher on their list. Alright, so moving on to number 2. Which one is it? Is it Return of the Jedi or is it Force Awakens? For me personally, it's Return of the Jedi, actually. Weirdly enough. I really enjoyed this movie. And I think especially because the reason I watched the Star Wars movies because I saw how strong the character Leia is. And you're going to say, weirdly enough, why would you like this movie then? Because this is, you know, the bikini, the metal bikini Princess Leia. But the reason I like this is, first of all, you learn the origin story of, like, that they're twins. And you get to see that reveal, which I love. It's my favorite scene of the 6 movies, is seeing that reveal between Luke and Leia, and then Han finding out that, wait, you guys are brother and sister? So, it's the big reveal of the family dynamic. So that's why I really like it. And also, personally, I mean, I could probably make a whole video about this. I don't think the metal bikini scene is a bad scene. Like, I don't think they should have picked that, those clothings at all, but it's still not, she's still a strong character because she was pretending that whole time, and she defeated one of the biggest villains in the Star Wars universe. So I was cool with that scene. And she's the one who saves Han Solo, who was kind of a damsel in distress in that movie. Or not in that part, I won't say in that movie. In that part of the movie he was. So Princess Leia was pretty badass in that movie. So that's why, but personally it's just because of that ending, and also Darth Vader redeeming himself in the end. So that is why I picked Return of the Jedi. So number 1 is Star Wars Force Awakens, and I will say, if you guys have not seen the movie yet, stop here because I gotta spoil a couple of things. Not huge, well, definitely huge things. So if you haven't seen the movie, stop the video here. You know my number 1, but I am gonna say a couple of spoilers of why I liked Force Awakens the most. Again, the reason I like Force Awakens is because of Rey. I connected to her. It's really cool to see a female lead Jedi, and it was really, really cool to see the mix of the original movies and a 2015 version of Star Wars, you know? This mixed the new and the old, and I thought they did it so perfectly. I thought the twists were so good, and Rey as a character was awesome. It's cool that, you know, obviously her connection to Luke and Leia and Han, and even all the new characters, Poe and Finn, were great. But yeah, it's those moments where you find out that Leia has the Force. It was just like movie magic again. So, and I did obviously see it in theaters. So, yeah, I gave Force Awakens my number 1. I just connected to it very well. And I'm very excited to see what the next movies are going to give us. But that's my list. Let me know in the comments below what your ranking is. Tell me if it's different or not, and your reasons why you rank it that way. So hope you guys enjoyed. This is Comic Uno. Don't forget to follow me on Twitter. Don't forget to like my Facebook page. Also, description below, there's links for my comic book, Like Father, Like Daughter. And don't forget to like the Facebook page of Like Father, Like Daughter. I'll see you guys later. Bye.